Thank you, sir. Now, sir has already given us the two important words in our lives, that is trust and truth. Without these words, we cannot walk a single step. So, trust and truth bonding must be there even with the teachers and the children. This is called the interpersonal relationship. Even yourself also, you must have that trust and truth within yourself. That is intrapersonal relationship. One is inter, another is intra. Intra means within yourself. Inter means, that means which is around your surrounding, the relationship between your surrounding. So here the surrounding is the teacher and the children, teachers and the teachers, children and the children. These are all interpersonal relationship. And this trust and truth, this bonding keeps all these relationships. Okay. So with these words, today my topic is here, honing spoken English and classroom language. Anybody has any idea about honing? What is this word meant about? Honing. Can anybody tell me? If you don't know, just tell me also no, so that I can understand what I have to speak on it. Okay, fine. Honing means the sharpening your spoken English, your communication skill. Honing means sharpening. We have the blunt communication skill now. We have to sharpen it. That is honing. Honing spoken English and classroom language. Spoken English, you know that this is a communication skill in English. This is spoken English. Now, what are the classroom language? What do you mean about it? Sometimes, whenever we are going to the class, we give the instruction to our children. Now, see, today's classwork is this. Today, I have written this index. Today, you have to write the topic this. Okay? So, these are all classroom languages. Even the children the children speak, Madam, may I go to toilet? Even sometimes, the children just raise their hands and tell, toilet. That means you have to understand that the children, they want to go to toilet. But it's my request to all of you that let the child knows how to speak. May I go to toilet? No. May I go to washroom, madam? May I go to washroom, madam? Washroom. The new word you must inculcate within them. Don't let them tell this one toilet. It's look very odd. May I go to washroom? May I drink water? कुछ बच्चे आकर बोलते हैं, बॉटल लेके बोलते हैं, मैडम वाटर. Don't let them permit to tell like this. Always permit a child to speak the whole sentence. Then only they can learn the communication skill. These are all classroom languages. May I drink water, madam? Because we are the teachers, we are the facilitator. We have to give them that environment to speak out, and that to be a complete sentence. May I go to washroom? May I drink water, madam? Madam or sir, whatever. They must address like this. Then, may I draw, madam? May I speak, madam? Class 1 and 2, these are the very, tender ages of children are here. So whatever you can give them, you can shape them. Basically, you can shape them. They are just a clay, clay. If you want these clays should be in a shape, you are only there to give them the shape. Okay. So it is in your hand. So this is a moral duty for all the teachers to give them a particular shape, a perfect shape. So that if a child starts communicating in a half sentence, then it will be a habit for them. So always try to give the lesson to the children to speak the complete language, complete sentence. This is very, very earnest request to all of you. don't let any children to speak half sentence. Okay, full complete sentence must they speak out. Next, I should say, so these are the classroom language. Okay, now you have understood what are the instructions given by the teacher. They are all classroom language. Whatever the children interact with the teacher with their languages, they are the classroom language. So before starting my topic and my presentation, I just want to give an example, a very burning example in my school. Once we thought of doing an experiment with our children. So what we did, there are two sections, 1A and 1B. Particularly, we started from class 1. So we, the teacher who was teaching in class 1A, English and maths. Okay, English and maths, the teacher teaches in that class 1A. Another teacher in class 1B, she is also teaching English and maths in that class 1B. So the 1A teacher, she tries to speak English with the children in English, either in the English period or in the maths period, continuously in English, whether the child tries to understand or not. But she always speaks in English, never switch over to Hindi or Bengali, okay, their mother tongue or any other language. She starts communicating with the children only in English, whether the child learns or not, whether the child understands or not. Okay, fine. And in the next class, class 1B, the teachers communicates with the children in mixed language, English, Hindi, Bengali, other language, everything. Okay. And after 6 months, what we found, that the children, those who are in class 1A, they learn English. They learned English. They tried to understand the instruction of the teacher, because they know that if they could not understand the instruction of the teacher, they cannot do the work, assignments, and madam will punish. So we have to somehow understand the instruction of the teacher, what she wanted to mean it. And then the students, the students start understanding the instruction of the teacher. They started understanding this instruction of a teacher and started to communicate in broken English. Okay, fine, no problem. Let them start with the broken English also. So after 6 months, this was the result of class 1A. In 1B, what happened? Madam used all the languages, all the mixed languages while teaching English and maths. So the students, they never bothered to understand English. They never bothered to learn English particularly. So they know that madam will translate this English problem sum or anything in Hindi to us and we'll do it. Okay, so these are the two differences we found in class 1A and 1B. Now it's up to you how to grow this communication skill in English within the children. It's up to you now. Think over it and do accordingly. So with these notes, let me start my presentation, that is honing spoken English and classroom language. I think the screen is visible to you. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. So now it is the topic honing spoken English and classroom language. Now, what are the challenges you face as a teacher? Let me communicate this first. what are the challenges you face in the class when suppose you want to speak in English in the class, and what are the challenges you face particularly as a teacher? Please, one by one, you come up with your challenges, then only we can understand. Okay, please start. Any one of you. Pooja madam, start please. What are the challenges you face as a teacher? Yes, please. Yes, sir, madam. Yes, language is. Hmm. In mother tongue. Yes. 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 Thank you, madam. Anybody else from the participant? What are the challenges? Yes, of course. Hmm. Okay, fine. Okay, these are the challenges you are facing as a teacher. Anybody else? We'll come to these points. I'll give the answer to this. Next, anybody else? Yes, please. Huh. Yes, madam, please. Yes, madam. Huh. Okay, fine. Okay. So you are talking about the students of which class? Fifth class. Okay. Okay, fine. Any other, please? Let me understand the challenges. Yes, please. Hmm. They are unable to speak. Okay, fine. Okay, that means on that, that's when they start communicating in Hindi to your English question. Then what we have to do? This is a challenge for all the teachers. That means we have to. It is audible. Hello, is it audible? Okay, 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 fine. So now, the thing is that whenever we are dealing with this class 5 children and you are speaking in English, they are giving the answer in Hindi. That means they have a very difficult communication. They don't understand the communication skill. That means it is our challenge to let them speak in English. Don't allow these children to speak in Hindi. Let them speak in broken English. No problem. But they must speak in English. As a teacher, we should do like this. Whenever you are teaching English, no Hindi words come in between. They must not give the answer in Hindi. So, as a teacher, what we have to do? We have to force them to speak in English. Maybe the broken English, no problem. Broken words, no problem. Let them communicate. Okay. So, of course, we are facing the challenges. It's not that we are not facing. Everywhere, every time we have to face the challenges. But we know that we are having the 21st century skill with us. We have to find out the solution of these problems. We have to find out some strategies. We have to find out some some innovative ideas how to overcome this problem. So this is a teacher can only do. This what a teacher can only do. So now let me come to the next part. Most important requisites for language skills, especially for speaking. So that what we generally uh, have to create our environment as non-threatening environment in the classroom. There should not be any threatening environment in the class. If you have, there is a threatening environment in the class, the children, they will have the fear to speak out. अरे मैं बोलूँगा तो वो पीछे से हंसेगा या पीछे से वो कर. नो, डोंट क्रिएट ऑल दिस एनवायरमेंट. इमीडिएटली यू हैव टू स्टॉप दिस. अगर कोई बच्चा हंसता है उसके इंग्लिश को सुन के, इमीडिएटली यू हैव टू स्टॉप दैट. So then you speak. What you have to do, then you speak. If he is not giving the answer, you stand up and give the answer. Okay, in English. So in this way, as a teacher, we have to communicate with the children. So there must be a non-threatening environment in the classroom where children can freely express. Maximum opportunities or activities to be planned, reason to speak, provide situations where they have to speak to their partners. That's why I have given you so many, that day I showed you so many activities. With their peers also, they can do the activity, like, interview, taking interview, breaking the ice. If you give that type of opportunity to the children to speak to their peers, with their peers, then they can speak, and automatically you will find out that their ability of speaking English will be improved. It's better to communicate with the peers, not with the teachers. You create the environment in the class so that the students can start speaking with their peers. Even in my class, what I used to do, that if you want to keep your classroom discipline also, you tell in your class that please today everybody has to give me a promise. You have to promise me that nobody in English class will speak in Hindi or any mother tongue. You have to speak only in English in my class, even with your friends. If you want to take pencil from your friend, you have to speak in English. Otherwise, your friend will complain about you to me. Okay, so this type of strategies you have to develop in the class. कि अगर तुम अपने फ्रेंड के साथ इंग्लिश में नहीं बात करते तो फ्रेंड तुम्हारे नाम पे मुझे कंप्लेन करेंगे. So that the environment will change. Every students will try to speak English even with their friends. Okay, then move from fluency to correctness. This is very important. Even it happens with us also, with we adults also. What? We have to first have a fluency. Don't see any grammar, don't see any vocabulary, don't see like that. Okay, just have a fluency in communication. Must be fluent in English. And then you see your correctness, how much, whether I am correct in my tense, whether I am correct in my grammar portion. Okay, that comes later. But first you have to speak, you have to communicate in English fluently. Fluency comes first and then the correctness. Even with we teachers also. First we teachers have to develop this skill and then only we can impart this skill to our children. Okay. Next is drilling and repetition. Use of classroom language and instructions in English. Okay. Drilling and repetition. Every day if you are telling in your class, please write this topic. Write this topic. Today's topic is foods we eat. Next day again you go. Write this topic. Today's topic is food we eat. Every day the children, they are hearing you. They are listening you. Okay, madam is telling that the topic is food we eat. So that means food we eat is a topic. The children immediately learn. The children starts learning. So the instruction by the teacher must be a perfect one so that the children will immediately follow you. Okay, so after completing your classwork, come to me and get your copy checked. Complete sentence must be spoken by the teacher. After completing your classwork, come to me and get your classwork copy checked. Second day, third day, fourth day, repeatedly you are telling. Repeatedly you are telling to your children. The children will understand. That means after completing my work, I have to come to the teacher and get my copy checked. So these are all classroom language. And when you are teaching English or maths or EVS, these three subjects are all in English. Try to speak in English only. Okay, there is a flexibility while teaching maths and EVS, because maths and EVS are the subjects where they need the concept. In that case, you can switch over to Hindi, not in any other language, English or Hindi. Okay, because maths and but this EVS, they need the concept and they have to understand the they have to acquire the knowledge. So in that case, you can switch over from English to Hindi, no problem. But particularly when you are teaching English, no word should be spoken in Hindi. It's my request to you. Continuously you speak in English. So you will find out. That's one example I cited just now in the introduction part, that the teacher started speaking with the children for continuous 6 months in English. The children started learning English. Even they are communicating with the broken English, no harm, no problem. But they could understand the instruction of the teachers, those who are giving the instruction in English. So this is the way. That's why the ICSE board children and the convent board children, even a preschool children, they are speaking in English. Why? Because they are strict in doing this. They are very strict in doing this. Even they are taking fines. In some convent school and ICSE board school, that they are taking fines. Even when the English period, if the teacher is not speaking in English with the children, and they are also teachers are also fined. And when the children they are speaking, they are not speaking in English in their English period, they are also fined. So it is complete. Yes. Okay, fine, sir. I know, sir. This is not the correct way at all. This is not the correct way. Even we, that's why there is a. Yes. No, sir. It's thank you, sir, because it is really necessary now. So what sir has advised us, first we have to take this vow. Ki yes, we have to speak in English. even with our friends also. When we are giving instruction to the children to speak English with your peer members, so we have to do also like that. Even with our colleagues, we have to speak in English as much as you can. Not even in the front. If you are in the front of children, you speak to your with your colleagues in English, so that the children will learn. Yes, madam is also speaking in English with their friends, so we will let me start English with our friends. So this way we have to change ourselves. Okay, and next is collaborative approach. Of course, it is not a individual approach, it is a collaborative approach. Even when you are teaching English in your subject, next the EVS madam will come and she starts speaking in Hindi in her class, then there will be a change. The mind of the children, they will okay, मैडम तो इंग्लिश में इंग्लिश पीरियड में इंग्लिश होता है, फिर तो उसके बाद हिंदी आ जाता है, तो क्या इंग्लिश को इतना सीखना. So that means that there will be a sluggishness in the children mind. So it will be better. So if you have a you must have a collaborative relationship with your subject teachers, subject teachers. Ki madam, I have taught today English. Suppose I have taught today about the clothes in English. Madam, whenever you come to this topic, you just interact, or whatever the questions, whatever the answers I have prepared to my children, you just ask those questions to my children. There must be a interpersonal relationship with your co-subject teachers. Then only it will be possible. It's not an individual approach or not an individual movement. It is the movement of all the teachers, all of your subject teachers. Okay. Next, now what are the hesitation among the learners and the teachers? Generally, we know that English is an awkward language, that we have already told you. It's not a very familiar language for us. It's a foreign language and we have to adapt it, because globally, when we have to interact globally, English is only the medium by which we can interact with other people, with other foreign members. Class size is huge. Okay, sometimes we are giving this problem, this hesitation that class size is huge. Okay, no problem. What we have to do, we have to divide the class into 4 or 6, 5 groups or 6 groups, so that I can make a group leader of all. Generally, if you do this work, you will find out that your work will be easier. If you divide the classroom into different groups and you make a group leader of each group, you will take the work from the group leaders, because group leader means you are making the group leader, means you are facilitating that child a leadership quality. You are growing, you are developing a leadership quality among that child. So in this way you change the group leader also, no harm. One week this child, next week that child, next week third child. In this way you can change the group leader, so that this leadership quality can be developed among all the children. So this will be very easy for you then. Then another hesitation comes when there are limited vocabulary, and that day only I suggested you to read novels, different types of English novels. This is it works a lot. It's my experience. Just come with the Enid Blyton, Enid Blyton, she writes the children's stories. You write from there, you read from there. Enid Blyton story, Panchatantra story, Jatak Katha stories. If you read, you will enjoy among yourself. I know that these are kids magazines, but when you read it, you will acquire those vocabularies. So this is a very interesting one. You can also read the books of Sidney Sheldon novels. At least once in a month, at least in a month, you must read one novel. It is my request to all of you. Then emphasis on reading and writing. This part, these are the two skills, reading and writing. Whenever the children, they start learning reading, automatically they are acquiring the vocabulary. When they have enough vocabulary, they try to write now. So reading and writing. So these are generally, these two skills. Lot of hesitation comes in these two skills. That means reading means they cannot start. Even in class 1, once तो छोड़ देते हैं. क्लास 2 में आकर जब बच्चे को हम बोलते हैं कि रीडिंग के लिए स्मॉल बुक्स, लाइब्रेरी बुक, स्मॉल बुक्स, एकदम बच्चों का बुक लेकर, they are not doing properly. So reading skill has to be developed. It is very important. Unless and until they read, they never write also. Okay. Now, what are the sub skills of speaking? That day also I told you. Sub skills means responding to visual clues. Some of the activities. These are skills means in this way you can develop the skill of speaking. Visual clues can be given like pictures or words. Pictures दे दीजिए बच्चों को, बोलिए उसको बोलने के लिए. What you are seeing, that is picture composition. Generally we used to give the picture composition. Give the pictures to them. Variety of pictures. ओके एक काम कीजिए, एक चार्ट में एक दिन बच्चों को बोलिए तुम जितने भी पिक्चर्स आपके पास है आप लेकर आइए. फ्लावर्स का लेकर आइए, फ्रूट्स का लेकर आइए, एनीथिंग, सीनरीज, वॉट एवर they will bring to you. Paste in a chart paper. Give this activity to the children in fun day. Paste it in the chart paper, and those chart papers should be hanged in the classroom. Every day the children will come and